Hi guys, so today I wanted to tell you guys about my experience with EF Teach Online so far and just tell you the pros and cons of what I see thus far, and yeah, just give you some info if you're interested in applying yourself, or just want to know like how it compares to other schools. So the first thing I wanted to say is that I did teach EF kids and teens when I lived in Shanghai, and I did that for like a little over 3 years, and I loved it. I've always loved like their courseware, the reputation, the upward mobility available within the company. So I was really excited to find out that I could still like go back and work with them even from the States. So when I found that out, I immediately applied. And I've actually had this job since maybe March or April, but I had got another job as a brick and mortar teacher, end of school teacher right then. So I postponed it until now. And so I taught my first classes the other day. And yeah, so I want to tell you how that went. So the good thing about EF is like it supplements whatever the kids have learned in the classroom. So there's an online piece, but it's really like they spend like, starting from the younger kids, at least an hour plus a week in school. And yeah, so it builds from what they've learned, or if they missed a class, maybe they kind of catch up this way. The EF's courseware just has always been amazing and like fresh and new, and they have spent a lot of time on product development. So yeah, so I could speak all day about how wonderful they are. So, but what I wanted to tell you about was like when I first did the course demo. Yeah, the thing isn't very overcomplicated. Like there's not like tons of games and things like that, and it's not like so many things in a toolbar you have to learn how to navigate. There were just like 4 or 5 little things like for the kids to click or something like that. But now they have more things like the die tool and all this stuff like that. So, but it's still really user friendly and easy to understand. And yeah, so let's see. So what I liked about it was, I think that what people can appreciate about it is not such a focus on edutainment. Like you don't have to be like, what do you see? Which I like. I like TPR and being really over the top, but like for this, it's like really cool for people who prefer something more laid back, which I think you can do across the board. But I know some companies really push this and they don't. So it's not overly off the wall, and it's laid back, and you can just really talk to the kids, and you know what I mean? So I think that would be a plus for some people. And I see the difference even within myself. As much as I like to be on, I can be on but less on, if that makes sense. So that's really cool. So some things that I found to be a little not great was the training was like, in my opinion, was a bit intense for what it really was. And I don't know if that's because like I was familiar with the courseware, and if it's because I've already been doing it online. So I felt like for what it is, it didn't need to be that intense. Like even just the emphasis on scheduling and stuff, it made me feel like I wouldn't be able to do it. Like it would be so complicated, but it wasn't. So I thought that was odd. The other thing is, like if you open up a slot, it's not like new kids every week. They prefer that you are available for the 5 months, the duration of your contract. So if that kid signs up for Thursday at 8, you'll always be his teacher for Thursday at 8. And so they don't really encourage you like missing a lot of things. And the parents could, if you like go on vacation or just sub out a lot, then maybe they'll even cancel the remainder of the classes with you, which then makes it harder for you to get regular students, which it's like it's focused on regular students. You know how like VIPKids and stuff, you get new ones every week. You can have regulars, but usually you don't unless you request it, which I prefer because it allows me to be more flexible with my schedule. But at the same time, there's no minimum amount of time. So like for VIPKids, you need like 6 hours or something like that, 12 classes at least a week, but you don't need to do that for EF. And then the last one is because I don't know if it's because it's you just type in teach online or whatever.com, but it's a lag in the connection. So when it's kind of weird at first because you might not really know that. So you'll just think the kid's thinking or doesn't understand, but really they didn't hear you yet. So it's like for even the games or jokes or whatever you're doing is always like a few seconds behind, then they'll respond. And so that was new to me because VIPKid, I don't know if it's because they have their own app or what, but it doesn't do that. And so I found that to be a little like, surprising because EF's everything is so on point. I was surprised for that. That's something that they could actually really work on. And usually I find that they're pretty much at the top of their game, so they don't have to do much. But yeah, that was something. But I really love teaching. The kids are so sweet. You only have to teach like one kid at a time. And I don't know, they can give you so much material and you don't have to go through it. Okay, let me try to break this down. I forgot to put this with the pros, but like there's so much material because you click on like if whatever the goal is for that particular student that week. Maybe it's reading, maybe it's grammar, and you click on it and it takes you to these slides, and maybe you only get to that portion, but then they have a conversation portion and some other things if you have enough time left. But the first one, I got through pretty much everything, but the second one, I was still on the reading portion because there's so much content. So it's like you don't have to be afraid of going too fast. Plus, 25 minutes flies by. I know like it's only 5 minutes difference, but it's just like, wow. It's like the easiest job ever. It's so fast. They've laid out everything. It's really straightforward. So I'll always recommend EF, even though they have a couple of things that they can work on but overall, it's always going to be a 10 in my book. And yeah, so I'm really excited to be starting that. And so I'll keep you guys posted on everything. I imagine that there might be some things that might be like a little confusing when you're teaching, but so far I haven't run into that. It's been straightforward, and even like you actually have to type in your feedback. It's not like clicking like VIPKid. You actually have to type in very specific feedback, which it's fine. What I do is just like jot notes on the side, and then at the end, I just type it in, and it's no big deal. It's not gonna take that long. I do need to find out if there's like a minimum of sentences required. I need to look back at my training stuff since it's been a few months ago since I did that, but yeah, so far that's it. So if you're interested in EF, I don't think they do referral links and stuff. I think you just go directly to the website, but I'll double check and then just leave that below and let you guys know. So I hope you found it helpful. I hope like if you were interested, it kind of gave you a clear idea. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, as always, just let me know below. And happy teaching. Bye.